Hello, my name is Connor Hunt. I am a student of Loy Norix High School. I am taking an Introduction to Computer Science CTE course, so I'm at Gull Lake. Today I will be discussing programming and what I have learned so far through Python. But first, what is computer programming? Computer programming is the process of designing and writing instructions for computers to perform specific tasks. Key aspects are problem solving, algorithm design, coding, testing and debugging, and maintenance. Programming can really help with modern day, as said right there. The first thing I learned was the print function in Python. Python is high-level interpreted programming language made in 1991, named after Monty Python. It is a great beginner coding language. The print function is a basic function used to print or used to just write text using a data type called string, which is just text or anything in between quotation marks. There are three other types of data types, those being integers for numbers, which can do math, floats, which are also numbers but include decimals, and booleans, which are true or false statements. One important thing about the print function is that it can be mixed with other things, but that is later on. As you can see right here, if I run this program, it will print the lyrics to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And right here, throughout the text, you can see the escape sequence, which are sequences that are used to print special things or do specific things to the text, which will cause a specific output. This specific type creates a new line, which is how we get these spaces. The next thing that I learned was variables. With variables, you can store data in them. So right here, you can see the data. So the variable first name contains the data of the name Connor, which is a string. You can ask the computer to run the variable, which will print this, Connor. You can see we set the ones for first name, last name, age, which is an integer in this case, school, and grade. All of these with a secondary age that is commented out, meaning that the program will not read it. Most of these programs will, as you can see throughout most of this, there are many comments which will not be read and are more as, or left as messages to the person programming or reminders. As you can see right here, this is a multi-line comment, which is used to comment out large sections without having to put hashtags at the start of everything like that. Now, see right here, we did concatenation and casting. Concatenation is the mixture of variables and strings to create full sentences. So if I run this, it will say, hello, Mr. Space Hunt, which is the last name variable. And right here you can see age casted to be a string, meaning that it will be read as a string instead of an integer, meaning it can be concatenated, since concatenation can only be done between strings. But with casting, you can also still use integers as they work, shown right here, allowing for math, resulting instead of age being 16 right here, age will be 17. And also, you can see many examples of it here. You can concatenate. There's a different form of concatenation right here using commas instead of plus signs. Commas will auto add spaces and auto cast for you. So instead of having to cast age plus 10 as a string, it is already done for us as shown right here. And then the final thing we have learned so far is conditional statements. Conditional statements or if-else statements that can be used to have two different results for inputs. These are also known as booleans, which use true or false. So since we set x to 50 here, if x is less than 20, it'll print that. If it is greater than or equal to 20, it'll print that. And if it's equal to or not equal to, it'll print this or this. Which, as shown, since it is 50, it will print the either greater than or equal to, which is right here, and the not equal to, which is right here. And then down here we can see that there is input. So since we have this running, if I put in the correct, and then it compares the username to the username input. So if we put in the correct username, which in this case is Blue Devils, we will get you have the correct username and move on to the next segment. But if you do not do that, put in the correct one, let's just put W, it will say username is incorrect and not let you continue with that any further. Same thing with the password. So if we do the correct thing, but we mess up on the password, it will give us the password is incorrect. But if we get it correct, it will give us you have the correct password. Then, and you can see this is through if-else statements, meaning if this is equal to that, it will print this. If not, it will print username is incorrect. But if this is correct, it'll say you have the correct password. If this isn't, or doesn't match, it will say password is incorrect. Sad face. And then a line break, and then we assign x a new value, concatenate together some strings and so with the x and cast the x so it's a string instead of an integer. Make the result so if this is greater than 5, it'll print that. If it is not, then it will print this, or x is not greater than 5. Another line gap. Set the age to vote is 18. Set the age. If age is greater than or equal to age to vote, it will say congratulations, you are old enough to vote, which let's say 18. It'll say that. And then if we put in an age less than 18, it will give us sorry, you are not old enough to vote, come back in 4 years, which is through this, because age to vote minus age will equal the age we need to get to be 18. So yeah, and that is everything. Thank you for taking the time to watch this Introduction to Programming vlog, and that is everything. Thank you.